אדוני ישמעך מכל רוע ישמר את נפשך, אדוני ישמע את יצחק מהטוב ויהד oilom. Friends, let's give some tzedakah. Let's do it together. Anything we do together by Achdus is always an extra additional powerful tool. So together we will merit the Geula, as is the parsha of this week. Atem nitzavim hayoim. Kolchem, we're all standing firm together. Together we stand firm. And we expect to hear the call of the shofar of Mashiach. In the meantime, a reminder for the shofar of Mashiach. The Alter Rebbe says that we have to live with the times. In Yiddish, we have to live with the Zeit. Living with the times. He certainly did not refer to living with the New York Times, specifically, but not with the news, with reading the news. What it says is we have to live with the parsha of the week. But when the parsha of the week seems to be indicating of what's happening in the news, in the times, I think this is extremely powerful. And let me explain what I'm referring to. In this week's parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu speaks about you standing firm, unified, together, will bring all the blessings before Rosh Hashanah, before the redemption. This brings the redemption. There are two verses which I want to focus on. One is V'shavta et Hashem Elokecha. You will return to the Lord. This is talking about Teshuvah, the month of Elul. V'shomata b'kola, you will listen to His voice. K'chol asher anochi mitzavcha hayom, everything which I command you today. Ato you v'necha, your children, b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha, with your whole heart, with your whole might, with your whole soul. And then the Torah says, V'shov Hashem Elokecha shevuscha. God will bring back your exiles. V'richamecha, and He will have mercy upon you. V'shov v'kibetzcha mikol ha'amim, He will once again gather you from all the nations, Asher efitzcha Hashem Elokecha shama, where God has dispersed you. So the Torah says, Elul Geula. We do tshuva, we return, we come back home, and indeed, we come back home not just in a spiritual sense, but we also come back in a physical sense. We're coming back to Eretz Yisrael. That's the parsha of the week. And that's what we have to live with. This is the times, the reality, the message of today. But how beautiful when you see it actually happening in our times. Teshuvah, I don't know if you've seen this week, the thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, on and horror, maybe even more than this, young and old together saying slichas in front of the Koisel. I mean, when you look at the attire, we're not talking about the old pictures we used to see by the Koisel, the very religious Yerushalaymer. We see today kippah, without kippahs, men, women in their section, proper section where they're supposed to be. And just this tremendous, tremendous wake-up for Teshuvah. And then when we read certain events in the news, it's so heartwarming and so encouraging. And what I'm referring is as following. And a little piece of history. On September 3rd in 1189, King Richard I was crowned as King of England at Westminster Abbey. He decreed that no Jews would be allowed to attend the ceremony. And then when some prominent Jews did arrive at the coronation to present gifts to the king, they were physically beaten and turned away by the guards. This public humiliation of the Jewish leaders sparked a wave of anti-Jewish feelings in the crowd. A mob descended on the Jewish areas, killing tens of Jews. The crowning of King Richard I. Now listen what happened just a few days ago. On the 16th of September this year, a few days ago, King Charles III met with leaders of faith communities in the UK. The event was scheduled for Friday afternoon, and he moved it on his own from 6 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. so that the Chief Rabbi Mervis, Chief Rabbi of England, or from the Commonwealth, would be able to attend and still have time to get to shul. Apparently this did not come from the rabbi's office, this came directly from the palace. And after the king made his speech, he came over to Rabbi Mirvis to say he should leave to make it in shul in time rather than following protocol and only leaving after the king departed. We used to be asked to leave because we were hated. Today we asked to leave because we are respected and we have to go to shul. Friends, Mashiach is here. Redemption is happening. Let's hang in there. Let's do the final push by one more mitzvah, one more good deed, and we will be celebrating today with Mashiach in the Beis HaMikdash.